back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the movie Dumbo. Now this is a live action adaptation of the Disney 1941 animated film. And of course this is about like a failing circus, and I guess you could say like a family that's in there, like a father and two kids, you know, who encounter like this elephant that can fly with these huge ears, and it has like the ability to fly, you know. So it turns out that this could be like a major attraction for this particular circus, you know. So that's basically what it is. It's just a live action adaptation of the 1941 animated Disney film. Now, one of the things about this film, you have Tim Burton, who's on board directing the film, and then you have Colin Farrell in the film, and then you also have Michael Keaton, and you also have Danny DeVito in the film too as well. So you have like the Batman Returns crew in the film, so I think that's kind of cool. One of the big, I guess you could say, benefits of seeing this film, seeing that you've seen, you have Tim Burton directing, and then you have like Michael Keaton and Danny DeVito both in the film together, you know, something that's kind of awesome. You also have Eva Green in the film as like the, I guess you could say, the love interest of the character that Michael Keaton plays, you know. You also have Danny Elfman, who's providing the score for this film too as well. Now, I thought this film was, I wasn't really anticipating, because I wasn't really a big fan of the material or the source material itself, you know. But I did thought this was a pretty good film, you know. I thought at times it kind of felt kind of, you know, like far-fetched, you know, because they don't really give no explanation to where this flying elephant came from, you know. So I think that was kind of far-fetched. But you just have to accept that this is basically like a fantasy film, and it is actually a live-action adaptation too as well of an animated film. So you just have to accept those kind of those things, you know. But yeah, the characters of the film, you have Colin Farrell, he plays Holt Ferrier, and he's like a World War I veteran, and I think he loses his arm, because once he returns, you know, he only has like one arm, and he actually wears this like fake like arm, you know, to make it look like he has both arms. But he does have like I think like a son and a daughter, you know. Yeah, the daughter is known as Millie, and the son is known as Joe, and he had like a wife, you know, but she had passed away, I think, while he's off like in war or something like that, you know. And they are the ones who actually encounter like the elephant, you know, that can fly, which is known as Dumbo, you know. Now you also have Danny DeVito as Max, I think that's that's how you pronounce it, and he's actually like the ringmaster and owner of like this circus, you know, that has all these performances and all that and so on, you know. And then you have Michael Keaton playing V.A. Vanderveer, and he's like the person that owns like I think Dreamland, and he wants to bring in the elephant, you know. And of course he kind of is like, you know, a slimy kind of like bad person when you think about it, you know. And then you also have Eva Green as Carlette, and she's like the love interest of him too. Now this film, like I said at times, and I didn't really like keep up with like how they made it, you know, but I was wondering about the actual elephants themselves, like Dumbo and like his mother. I was wondering about them too as well, like were they like CGI effects, you know, 'cause I think they were like CGI, you know, especially when he's like flying around there, you know, because like the way they look and stuff, it looks so like realistic, you know. So I know these weren't like no real elephants, you know. So I'm sure they were like CGI, you know. I just didn't really bother to look at, you know, because they looked like just too like realistic in the things that they was doing, especially like Dumbo, like I said, you know, how he sneezes and he got the ears, the eyes looking around and stuff. All that stuff right there was like just too much, you know. So I could tell that was like a CGI effect, you know. But yeah, in the end, I thought this was a pretty entertaining film, you know. And I guess it's kind of true to like the source material, because I think I seen like the animated film, you know, but it's been like so long, you know. If I did see it, I think it was like one time, so I can't really recall it, you know. So I guess it's really like close to like source material, being that Disney has already been adapting a lot of like their animated films, like they did the Jungle Book, you know, they did the Beauty and the Beast, you know, and then they got Aladdin and the Lion King on the way too as well, you know. So they already have been doing this, you know. But yeah, in the end of this particular film, you know, it does have like some sad and sorrowful moments too, being that like Dumbo is taken away from like his mother and so on. So it is kind of like sad, you know. And at times like accidents can happen, you know, which could be like tragic, you know. And then those kind of moments kind of tense and scary, you know. But in the end, I like kind of actual style and look of the film. It is definitely like a Tim Burton film, you know, and I am a fan of his work, you know. So yeah, I'm giving this a B-. And I would definitely recommend for like I guess fans of like I guess the animated film. I guess is really true to the source material, you know, or just a fan of like Tim Burton films like in general. I would definitely recommend for that crowd, you know. So I'm giving Dumbo, I'm giving this a B-. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.